Hello and welcome to today's video. So this time I've dug up yet another box of vintage Star Wars stuff to show you. Now, having a quick look in this one, apart from some t-shirts on top, it looks like there's a load of sort of mini rigs and smaller sets for us to have a little look into. So that is going to be the subject of today's video. So sit back, relax, and let's get to it. Okay, well, one of the first things that I noticed when I got out this box of like the little small boxed bits and bobs is it had this rather cool t-shirt on. I do remember having this back in the day. So it's dated 1982. And this was an official Star Wars fan club t-shirt. Now, I was in the fan club and I've got a huge run of Bantha tracks and other sort of fan club stuff, which I will get to show you guys in due course. But I thought that was really nice that this original t-shirt was still in there, because I'd sort of forgotten that I had it. Another one that I had when I had the shop was this great Bounty Hunters one, this one here. Now, this one's dated 1995. So this has got, I seem to recall, where was this image from? Was this a Dark Horse Comics one, or is this a fan club one again as well? I can't quite remember, but I remember wearing that t-shirt quite a lot back in the day and loving it. But that little Star Wars one was brilliant. I do seem to remember, and I don't think I've shown it to you yet, but I do seem to remember having a Luke Besbin jacket, which was from the fan club as well, which wasn't mine. It was one that came into the shop, but I'm pretty sure I've got that somewhere, so hopefully that'll turn up in another box when we get to it. So the first thing then we've got is this one, which is the MLC Mobile Laser Cannon 3. Now, this is a Kenner one. It's actually sealed, this one, so it's never actually been opened. Has it been opened on the bottom? No, it's all still there. So it's all intact, as it were. I have to say that I was never the world's biggest fan of mini rigs, but I can see exactly why they released them, simply because it was a nice cheap way to have some smaller Star Wars ships, and you could buy like a figure and you could buy a mini rig, and you wouldn't have spent a fortune in the process. So Granny could basically spend a £5, or someone could get it for a kid's party, and these were the perfect sort of present, really. So I understand why they did them, and I do like the concept that these were things that could have been in the movies, but they were maybe just out of shot. I think that's really cool. So I've got another one that sort of fits in that sort of genre, as it were, which is this one, which is the Ewok Assault Cannon. So let's just lay that one down a moment. So this is the Ewok Assault Catapult. Now, this is another American Kenner one, but interestingly, look at that, it's got on the front there, on the top, the Palatoy Company, so it's obviously distributed over here. This is all sealed, so it's a sealed unit, this one, but it must have been an import that Palatoy brought over and distributed themselves. That's the only thing I can think of with this one. So that's the Ewok Assault Catapult. Now, another Ewok thing, God, and I really don't like the Ewoks, as you know, but I gotta show it because it's part of my Star Wars collection. So that's the Ewok Combat Glider. This is another Kenner one, and let's see, that one sealed that end. And it's sealed this end, so once again, another little sealed item, that one. I mean, I don't know, there wasn't a lot to it, was there? There was a big bit of plastic, the little stirrup set, and then the balls. So I'm assuming all of that is in there, since it's a sealed one. So fair dues. Then we got one more here, which is another slightly larger one. So this is, I mean, do we call these mini rigs? I suppose we do, but it's actually a bigger one. So it's a mini rig, which isn't actually that mini, the Endor Forest Ranger. And this was a pretty cool one, as I recall. Now, this one isn't actually sealed up. That's interesting. It's got the remnants of a sticker there, like a special price or something like that on it. So let us have a look and see what's inside. So it's in fairly nice nick by the look of it. And it's got the little instruction booklet there. So it's a tri-logo, 1983. all pretty straightforward. There we are. Not a lot to it, but it's a nice ship all the same, and it's nice to have a nice mint one, as it were. Not sealed, but it's still a nice boxed one, and that's all that really matters. So that was the Endor Forest Ranger. Then we got another one here, nice Empire one this time. So this is the Tauntaun. Now I do love the Tauntaun, and this is the open belly version, not the solid belly. This is a nice palatoy, and I do love my palatoys as well. This one is not sealed, so we'll have a look at it inside in a moment. It's got the 3 bounty hunter emblems that you could cut out in the Britain, send away a certain amount of them, and then you could get free figures and bits and bobs in your bounty hunter log. A real cool piece, this one from 1980. And the box on it's pretty nice, isn't it? Got to say, that's quite a nice little example, that one. So let's see if we can gently ease it out. I'm not sure which end will be best. That end is sealed, so we're going to have to go in this way. Here we go. Okay. So, the actual Tauntaun's come out of his cardboard, sort of bit a little bit. There's the figure. And an instruction booklet of sorts. So, I mean, how complicated could it get? Now, that's interesting that this has got a Kenner instruction booklet, not a palatoy one. So maybe if anybody watching this knows if this should have come with a palatoy booklet, do let me know, because I'd be very, very interested in that. And then the actual Tauntaun itself, well, there we are. It's got the solid belly. And I guess it would have gone something like this to keep it in situ around the cardboard, something like that. But quite a nice piece all the same. I do like the Tauntaun. It was a fantastic little invention from the mind of George Lucas. So let's pop that back in his box. A real cool item, the Tauntaun. Now the next one I absolutely do love, and that is Cy Snootles and the Rebo Band. How cool is he? Absolutely fantastic piece, this one. Almost like a boxed card back, isn't it? Look at that. This is the tri-logo version. The USA had this on a card, which I've not got the carded version. So this is the British tri-logo. Now I can't see any instructions, but it has got the keyboard. Now look at this. I'm hoping everything is nice and complete. And it certainly looks it, but the most amazing thing about this that I can see already is that Max Rebo himself is blue. Look at that. That's an original blue Max Rebo. Because all the ones that you see these days, he's completely faded. And I guess that is because this guy has been in his box all these years. So they're all really, really nice nick. So I'm very pleased to have that. All the bits and bobs are in there. I remember this was not a difficult piece to find back in the day. There were lots of Rebo bands going around. No instructions, but I guess you didn't really need them, did you? What a nice piece that is. And I particularly like the fact that it's got the range of figures on the back there. That is really nice. That's a real nice example of that one. And that was much better condition than I remember. So I am pleased with that one. Now I just got one more thing that was in that box, because it wasn't a massive box, and it was a modern thing. But you know those figural mugs that I have been showing now and again? Well, this is another one of those, and it's another absolute cracker, and it's the Gomorian Guard. Look at the state of it. It's brilliant, isn't it? So these were Applause, 1996. So 22 years ago now, 23 years ago rather. But what a good job they did of those. And as you know, I've got a few. I've got the Boba Fett, and what else have I got? The Stormtrooper as well. I think they're all worthy additions to your collection, since they were done so well. And if you do ever come across those cheap, I suggest you pick them up, because I think they did a very good job of that. And that concludes what was in that box of vintage goodies. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed looking through this latest box of vintage Star Wars. Now I've still got more to come, and I've got lots and lots of vintage magazines and loads more comics and records and stacks still to show you. So look out for them in future Star Wars videos. So until next time, do please give the video a like and do please subscribe for regular vintage Star Wars content. Thanks once again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.